So we're going to keep checking in with our reporters across the country. On standby, we've got Govan Whittles in Nelson Mandela Bay and Masego Rahlaga in Johannesburg. Let's start off with Masego. Masego, what are the polling stations looking like where you are?
Well, Tafuma, right now I'm at a school in Soweto called the Orlando West Secondary School. This is ordinarily where the former First Lady, Mama Winnie Mandela, would cast her vote. So we thought we could come here and check on how the progress is going. We've seen quite a lot of people stop at this polling station, and particularly Tafuma, most people who have been coming here are people who are actually of an older age. But let's take you to some of the voters who are here to just find out from them how they're feeling and ahead of casting their ballots. Hi, Sisi, how are you? Ngiyaphila. So ucabange nje ukuthi uvuke uvele uze la ekseni uqede ngendaba?
Yeah. Yeah, that today. Yeah.
Okay.
So I've made my decision. Yeah, and I'm happy.
You're happy with your decision?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Sisi, let's take you to somebody else very quickly, Tafuma. I don't know if this gentleman over here can speak to us. Budde, how are you?
I'm okay, sir.
I'm good, thank you. So far, how are you finding the process here since you've arrived at the polling station? Are you waiting for too long? How do you feel about the process?
No, I've just arrived and the process is so smooth. You can see the line, it's moving. No problem.
And you happy with the decision you made about who you're going to vote for today?
I think I will make my decision inside the ballot paper.
So you haven't decided yet?
I've already decided, but I will make the correct decision inside.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Just very quickly, Safuma, if you could just give me a chance to go inside and show you what happens here at this polling station. So basically, there's a lady from IEC who sanitizes their hands at the door. They have to wait outside because, remember, we can't have too many people inside due to COVID-19 regulations and other rules. So basically, they arrive here, they give their IDs, and then they are called in one by one, and of course then they go to the booths to cast their votes. So that's what's happening here, Tafuma, in Orlando. So far, it's been a smooth start.
We were speaking to Jason Tatia earlier, and he spoke of some of the incidents we saw in KZN during the casting of the special votes. Any incidents you were able to see? I know it's only an hour and a half in, but is everything peaceful, or was everything peaceful on your way into that polling station?
Well, everything is going smoothly here, Tafuma, I must say. I did arrive to see the police officers who have been deployed, obviously, at different voting stations. So there were police officers a little earlier on. And at this particular polling station, I must say, everything has gone smoothly since we arrived. We've witnessed a few people coming in to vote. They even assist the elderly very quickly. I saw them assist an elderly woman who was, for instance, on a wheelchair. As you can see, this lady over here, she had her small baby with her, so she would skip the queue. So did that elderly woman. She could skip the queue because she was on a wheelchair, so they allowed she and her son to quickly cast their ballots, and so that they are able to leave. So quite a smooth start here, really, and the making sure of the sanitizing of hands has also been quite good by the IEC officials.
All right, our reporter Masego Rahlaga in Orlando West in Soweto, the president of the ANC, Ramaphosa, due to cast his ballot in Soweto as well at about 10 o'clock. Let's go to the Eastern Cape now. Govan Whittles standing by in Nelson Mandela Bay. Govan, what's it looking like there?
It's looking pretty good, Taps. We're in KwaZakele at the moment, and just take a look at this line at the Mbombela Primary School. This is where the mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay, Ngaba, cast his vote just a few minutes ago. Everything is running very smoothly in this area, and just look at the length of this line as it extends away from the school and comes around as well. And Ngaba is our guest. We'll speak to him in just a few moments, and hopefully we'll be able to walk and talk about this area. So Ngaba, you went to primary school here. You're coming back here to come and cast your vote. You came in as the mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay. It's not a 5-year term. It started with Ethel Trollop, left, it went to the UDM, came back to the DA. You're now the mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay. Just how would you reflect on your time as mayor and ahead of casting this ballot? How strong do you think the DA is?
What is good is that in just the short 9 months that we have taken over the city, the stability a bit, no infighting, nothing. And we have a major problem, the water problem and the electricity problem. We're fixing the lighting as we speak right now, and roads, building and constructing roads into our areas. Now, what we need to do is that to build growth of the economy to address the unemployment rate into our city. 42% of our people are unemployed. That's a tragedy of load shedding that sheds jobs and kills the economy under an ANC government. Therefore, the next 5 years should be about economic growth and growing the economy to make sure that this city is able to create work opportunities for its people.
No, but you're speaking as if you're dead sure that the DA is coming back into power here in Nelson Mandela Bay, even as Helen Zille says there's a real possibility of the ANC and EFF forming a coalition if the DA doesn't get 50% plus one.
Our voters must go out in numbers. It looks good if they go out in numbers to go and vote for the DA. If the people who have spoken to go out in those numbers, we're going to get a 50 plus 1 of the DA. If they decide to sit home, that's going to be a problem.
So what have they done so far? You can measure a little bit because of the special votes. Are you happy with the turnout?
Very happy with the special vote. We have even exceeded some of our targets. If we go with the special vote and our voters go in numbers today, that will be a great thing for the city and the people of the city. Because we have to build a new future for our people, a new city. We need to build a city that creates opportunities for all our people. When I say all, I mean all South Africans.
The reason why I wanted to take a walk, Ngaba, if you could just join me this way, is because of the services in the city. And I specifically wanted to talk about the sewage spilling out of the drain just outside of this voting station where you've decided to come and cast your ballot. We're in KwaZakele. This may be an ANC ward, but this is a coalition government of the Democratic Alliance. And you'll see the sewage coming into shot just now. Look, this really doesn't look good for you as the DA mayor here. First of all, why did you choose to come and vote in an area where the failings of the city are so visible?
I was born here. The ANC have failed for 20 years to fix the underground infrastructure. And this is what we have to fix. This is what I've budgeted for. This is the money I've put to make sure that things like this are dealt with. This is how the ANC have left our people.
But now that you're the mayor, surely you could have done something about this.
Underground infrastructure, meaning the systems here are damaged. This is just small thing that you see here. Because they've never put money for maintenance in the underground infrastructure. 20 billion underground infrastructure that has not been maintained.
Do you think that the voters will punish the DA because of this?
No, they'll punish the ANC because they understand I took over this city 9 months back and I'm fixing this. This is 20 years of a neglect of the African National Congress. This is what they do in each and every city. This is what they've done. I'm fixing this. And in 9 months, I've put up money for maintenance to make sure that this does not happen again. And if people vote an ANC government, this is what will continue. You see, this thing, meaning a councillor here, the one they put up there, didn't even go and report this, but is asking them, it's an ANC word. You see, I'm going to report this. You must come and see that it's going to be fixed. But why this ANC councillor did not report this to be fixed?
Right, we'll have to get the answer to that question once we speak to the ANC candidate. But that's Ngaba Banga. He's the mayoral candidate for the Democratic Alliance, the mayor of Nelson Mandela Bay. And he says if he comes back into power, this will get fixed, but also a number of other things in the city will also get his urgent attention. Taps, it's back to you for now.
Thank you, Govan Whittles. He was speaking very confidently about his prospects there, but he has to fight off the EFF, the ANC, and even smaller parties like the Abantu Integrity Movement. So we'll see how that pans out later on today. In the meantime, let's go to Mbombela. Lindokuhle Xulu is standing by there. Mbombela is where ANC Deputy President Didi Mabuza is set to cast his vote. Lindo, how are the polling stations looking in Mbombela?
Well, we've been moving, Tafuma, from one station to another, just getting a sense really of whether, first of all, station opened on time. We do understand that it was supposed to open at around 7 a.m. and I can tell you that that's exactly what we've seen in many of the voting stations around Mbombela here near the CBD. But we are set to move, as you rightfully said, to Barberton. That is where the Deputy President of the ANC, D.D. Mabuza, is expected to be casting his vote. It is his hometown, and the Mpumalanga is a stronghold of the ANC as far as we understand in some of the wards that they have. But there have been troubles throughout the week, in fact the past couple of weeks, with political turmoil coming from internal battles and internal factions of the ANC. But today we're expecting a united front as far as ANC is concerned. Many of them have throughout the last days leading to this particular voting day been going door to door. They've been encouraging people to say that while there are factions and while they acknowledge that the ANC is a bit divided, as they will be heading towards things like the provincial conference, they have been trying to encourage people to vote. The last bit, one of the last bit in terms of encouraging people to vote was a prayer in Pinar, where there are some troubles, including where Ubabu Mandlamsibi, the former MEC of Agriculture, is. We do remember that he was charged with murder as well as attempted murder. He is currently out on bail, but he has come out together with his supporters to say that at the end of the day they believe that this is a political ploy to actually tarnish his name. But those are just some of the issues of the ANC, internal battles that are playing out in the public domain. But nonetheless, the ANC said that they are confident that the people will entrust them to sort out their issues internally and actually continue with providing service delivery. Service delivery, of course, is some of the things that are problems as well in the province of Mpumalanga. But they're saying that they believe people will entrust them to continue to try and sort out some of those issues. So far so good as far as voting stations are concerned in terms of the voting turnout, people trickling in their numbers even as early as it is. But what we are expecting is to see the Deputy President, David Mabuza, to come to the province, cast his vote at Barberton, where he is coming from. And then we're expecting also other opposition parties, leaders, as well as candidates in terms of mayors and councillors to just cast their vote and speak to us really about what they believe. Of course, the rock here, provincial rock of the ANC at the Disaster Management Center, is also set up there. So we'll be able to also visit there and get a sense from the IEC in terms of how things are going and some of the challenges they would be facing. But as far as things are concerned, in the IEC, they said that they are working with the police to ensure that nothing happens. They've learned their lessons from the 2 days of special voting where there was theft and other things. But they're saying that a task team of the police is meeting regularly and sorting out issues as the day progresses.
Okay, so things are not looking too bad in Mbombela, where Lindokuhle Xulu is. He'll be on the trail of the ANC Deputy President D.D. Mabuza, where he'll be casting his vote. And then in Soweto, we're expected to see President Cyril Ramaphosa. Masego is in Johannesburg. Where to next for you, Masego? Masego, can you hear me?
Hi, Tapuma. I'm struggling to hear you. Your voice is quite low.
Yeah, it seems we're having a bit of an audio issue there.